It's not a good lie, Jim. He'll have to make the best of this.
Never in my life a double eagle. That'll look good on the scorecard. You better believe it. And now the tee shot of golfer one.
Okay, he's got a chance from there.
Golfer one could finish a par 5 in 2. Drain that one. Golfer one on tee.
Well, cool. Good thing I was talking to myself the entire time. I was talking so much and prepping other things, didn't look at the comments. The one time you guys are actually telling me good comments and not just ribbing me and giving me a hard time. So my apologies. Thank you for throwing that out there. So today's Freaky Friday daily contest. Break the scoreboard, our 4th iteration. Lots of scoring opportunities, all par 5s. Hopefully a good majority of them drivable. You didn't miss too much when I was talking to myself into the abyss of a mic that wasn't working. Anytime you have a high-scoring course, you have to start off with a hole from Rattlesnake. It's kind of unwritten rule around here. It's just, that's how it goes. And, of course, Antelope Pass is one of our favorite drivable par 5s, so have to include that as well. Pine Coast, hole 4, not always drivable, but in this instance, not sure if the grabbers are going to get there, but I think it might be doable. Oh yeah, definitely doable if you hit it big and strong like I try to pretend to do.
That managed to escape the danger. Golfer one, putting double eagle.
Peter, Jason, Jarrett, Steve, thank you for chiming in again. Great to see everybody. Jerry Winters, glad your friend is able to get into his account and you guys can get out there and play some Freaky Friday action. Few tidbits of note. $4,796 is the prize pool for today's contest. We have a 47 under right now in first, the only 47. There's a chance we might get our second 50 under or better. Unfortunately, Bayou Bay, what is this? Bayou hole 8, never wants to play nicely and give us the nice drivable setup, but that's okay. Kind of go into this knowing not every setup is going to be drivable, so we'll do our best to find a way to just have to hit a harder shot for double eagle. That went way left than it should, didn't get anything out to the right, so that's okay. Oh yeah, you guys didn't hear me mention this earlier. Did not get a chance to play today's contest before the live stream, so you guys are walking through this fresh with me right now. So anything like Bayou Bay hole 4 here for today's contest, any screw ups or mishits, you know, we've got plenty of opportunity over the next hour or so to rectify those. Catadreas Beach hole 9, beautiful par 5 drivable. Par 5 from our 2019 course. Strong winds today, so with that front pin, you're probably going to be putting in for a long double eagle. Or if you hit it short, you might be chipping in for double eagle as well. That's okay. When you actually can pull off some chips every once in a while, you don't mind actually having a chip. Awesome, Lee. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully, I can give you some good steps, a few good tips and tricks on at least maybe not what to always do, but what not to do. You never know when I jump on this live stream. I'm either going to have a really good Golden Tee day or an awful one. So I appreciate you guys all joining with me regardless. Since this is the first game, we're just going to we're not going to play it safe. We're just going to go after it. Let's see what holes are drivable, what shots might not necessarily be drivable, but the approach shot, like that one on Teal Garden, safe shot would be plain bite or a 5 hybrid with backspin, but we're just going to go out there for this first game and see what shots are out there for the crazy scores. Looks like our friend from Coconut Beach doesn't want to play as well. That's okay. Let's hope the Golden Tee gods that actually stop. Look at that. That's perfect. Never be able to lay up like that again, but it gives you a nice approach shot on the green for double eagle. Look at that. Boom. Oh, come on. That was awful. So Jake, this is the Freaky Friday daily contest from Golden Tee 2019. You can find a game near you by going to goldentee.com, clicking the Find a Game link, or checking out the Golden Tee Caddy mobile app, and you can actually use your GPS on your phone, on your Android or Apple device to actually find games near you. So whether it's at a local arcade, Buffalo Wild Wings, or a watering hole, plenty of places that you can get out and play Golden Tee on a beautiful, hopefully beautiful around you Friday afternoon. Pelican Grove, or excuse me, Royal Cove 17 is that, yeah. This is always a tough hole for me personally. I've never been good at it. And I'm sure as you guys have seen on some of the live streams, not always my best hole when it comes to shooting live, especially blind. Meaning I haven't actually seen the course yet today, but that's alright. That's why I always like to have a few games in the bag. Everything that we're walking through now over the next 3 or 4 games will be good teaching moments for everybody. So look at that. A few double eagles in there, a par, and a birdie. So a lot, 19 under after 9, and there's still a lot of scoring opportunity left out on the green there. Lovely par 5 from Sandy Reef. Always have been a fan of the tee or the pin being in the back like that, because I can take my 5 hybrid from the sand and kind of gently just run it up there. I got the fringe, well, I won't say it, but I got a fringe bounce that was a little detrimental to where my ball was going, but still chipping in for eagle without a single problem there. Perfect. Look at that. Okay, so Double M Twins 2183. What is going on? Jamie Oliver, my cat putter friend, and then Justin Souders. So the GT mobile game is potentially coming out in the summer. No definitive release point, but it is definitely coming in 2019. So don't you guys worry your little hearts. You'll definitely be getting some Golden Tee mobile action on your mobile devices by the end of 2019. So Rattlesnake hole 7, pretty nasty look, but we're just going to use high tee, 10.5 degree driver to our advantage. Remember, this green is always flat, no matter what the setup is. So if you have a longer putt, it's a heck of a lot easier knowing that you're not going to have to worry about a left or right break in the green slope. Pine Coast hole 10. Not the best look, but nothing crazy here. Makes it a little bit difficult if you're trying to hole out. But we will make our main goal is actually getting on the green and putting in for eagle. Definitely did not hit that as hard as I should have. But still chipping in for eagle. And that's the nice thing about this course being filled with all par 5s is that even if you get wet on the tee box or even if you don't make it to the green in one, the eagle opportunity is definitely there. Hole 13, Grand Canyon, hole 16. There's a shot. I might be able to pull it off here. There's a shot where if you hit the top angled edge of that rock ahead, you actually can get to the green in one. I don't remember if it is a 6-wood or an 8-wood. We're just going to try the 8-wood. Nope, it's definitely the 6-wood. That's not going to be a fun layup. Now that's the one thing you got to make note of is you have to be careful with some of these shots of where you might potentially get dropped. Thankfully, that's actually a better drop than I expected. Not the most ideal spot to be chipping in for birdie. Didn't expect to get major backspin off of dirt like that. But that's the nice thing about these daily contests is you play as many times as you want throughout the day. Contest setup is never going to change in that 24-hour period. So shots like that, okay, I know next time I come in I can hit an 8-wood instead of the 6-wood. And go from there. Ryland, this is a nice little tough look here. Main goal right now is just going to be getting on the green for eagle, or excuse me, for double eagle putt. Not sure what magic skills I had there to not hit the tower, but 10.5 degree driver, as long as you pull it all the way out, that barely made it. As long as you pull it all the way out to the A and make sure the game and the trackball read it that way, you've got a pretty decent putt for double eagle. And as crazy as it sounds, I know 29 is a great score for a lot of us out there. I know I'm definitely one of them. But look at this. We are minus 29 under after 14 holes. So going into hole 15, 29 under. So the scoring opportunity is definitely there. What is this? Juniper 16. The famous par 5 that has a ramp in it somewhere that may or may not have gotten us the longest ace in Golden Tee history. I already know that this shot is most likely going in the water. I'm going to attack an up 7 left 6 green with a 6 iron with super backspin, but I'm going to hit this as hard as I can and hope for the best. Okay, so I didn't get wet on my approach shot, but if this chip does not go in the cup, it's definitely getting wet. Oh, thank you, Jim Zielinski and other Golden Tee gods for that nice little grab out of the cup. Glacier hole 4. I was wondering when we were going to see our old friend. This is a little bit of a trickier setup than normal, just because the wind blowing out is going to make it, as soon as you hit the rough or fringe before the green, the ideal setup is you hit that rough and kick it up on the green with backspin. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try a low 10.5 degree driver. Okay, so that might be too low. Or I just need to hit the 10.5 degree driver harder. It's a difficult shot there because no guarantees that 10.5 degree driver is not going to catch. Yeah, and the other problem is you run into is you hit the green and it's going so fast there's no way to stop it. So I will tell you this, if you're going to attack this hole for double eagle or even a hole in one, make sure that you hit the far side, because if you hit the green short, it'll set you back at the tee box. If you hit it long, it'll at least give you a chip at eagle and potentially a birdie putt as well. Hole 17 in today's Freaky Friday, Laurel Park 18. Oh man, this is another one of those holes that it's been so long since I've avoided this course. There's a few different ways you can attack this one. We're going to try a fun one. We're just going to go 6 wood high, pull it all the way out to the A and hit it out to the 1. High tee it, and then it's going to hit some trees and not actually go anywhere. Well, let's check this out. Oh, okay. Or I get the very fortunate kick into the... Yeah, so I didn't hit that hard enough because I was worried about going through the trees. But now we know for that next contest... Oh, look at that. Look at that recovery. Look at that recovery. Just a nice little hole out for eagle from an awful tee shot. Justin, I would love to come out to Denver for some tournaments. Just make sure that you reach out to us on Golden Tee social media so we know about these tournaments. We can help get you some swag to give away and you know, promote it, help promote the contest for you. All right, Rattlesnake hole 12. I will never forgive Adam for making this the final hole, but we're gonna try to get this 5 wood up there on the green in 1. So we got it up on the green. That actually might be, oh, look at that. I might not play another game just because I'll never be able to make the green like that again. So hole 12 of Rattlesnake is usually a difficult setup, especially when there's not a wind in your face. But we're just going to shout out the Golden Tee gods for giving us a wonderful rough and almost an assist by the wood plank. So 35 under after 18, as crazy as and awesome as that sounds, a lot of potential out there. Look at this. We had a par, 2 pars on a par 5, a bogey on a par 5, and a birdie. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 strokes right there. So you're looking at 42, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 strokes out there. So you're looking at a 43 under par, you know, depending on how loosely you use that par term. So we'll definitely spin a few more. That's, again, nice thing about daily contest. Play as many times as you want, especially when it comes to a Freaky Friday and in a fun, rewarding setup like this. You got to get out there. You play as many games as you want, whether you're out there by yourself, with a significant other, out with your buddies having a few beers, watching the games, the basketball games on. Golden Tee is a perfect little filler in between, and if you're trying to win some money, it's only going to take a few games to get some good scores on this week's Freaky Friday setup. Something I'm sure you guys have never seen before, but Kevin talking too much while trying to play Golden Tee is never always the best thing when it comes to my game. But hole 2, it's actually antelope past 14, so you want to make sure that you clear these rocks in front of you. I'm going to use a 6 wood. I'm going to high tee that 6 wood. You basically just want to make sure you get up there enough to get some rock kick onto the green. This is actually a very, very good setup. Get it on the green. You might have a bit of a right slope for a putt, but you're still putting in for double eagle on hole 2 of a Freaky Friday contest. Never a bad thing. Pine Coast. This is actually hole 4 typically of Pine Coast, but hole 3 in today's Freaky Friday. It is drivable with the grabbers. We did catch that the first time, so I'm going to do what we call spinning A1, where I'm just going to spin it out to the A and hit it as hard as I can to the 1 without stopping the trackball. You want to make sure you get as see, I only got 135 on the trackball meter, which I definitely hit it harder than that. So that's the one thing with this setup on Pine Coast 4 is you got to make sure that you are you're hitting it hard enough, because in a setup like this, that green is so massive, you'd much rather have a long putt for double eagle, at worst come out with eagle, versus getting wet and then you're putting in for birdie. Bayou Bay hole 8, unfortunately not drivable in this week's contest, but We're going to do our best to get to the green in one putt-in for eagle. And actually, this is a really nice stop. This is actually a really good setup to potentially knock out in two. It's going to be a hard double eagle to get, but definitely rewarding if you set yourself up right on that bayou little layup spot. Walked through this before, hole 9 at Catadores Beach. Big wind behind you. I'm going to use a 6-wood, tee it high, but I'm going to hit it a lot harder than I did the first time. I'd much rather putt in for double eagle than trying to chip. And then once I miss this putt, I'm going to regret not having a simple chip. So not only is this a potential for you to shoot one of your best scores ever in Golden Tee, or even in Golden Tee history, but there's definitely opportunity to score some major Golden Tee points. 1,500 Golden Tee points for every double eagle that you get. So we're gonna, since I already screwed up hole 1, we're just gonna try to drive this. Don't think it's doable in this setup, but we're gonna try it just for fun. Not drivable, but it definitely, with the nice kick, you can have a really nice chip at it, or when you have super spin lob wedge, you could just attack the green straightforward, just like that. A lot of good stuff coming up next week. We'll be out in Las Vegas for the Amusement Expo trade show and the nightclub and bar show. A lot going on in our worlds there. So myself and Adam have just spent the afternoon recording some new videos. Pine Meadow is next week's Monday mix-up contest, so we're bringing that in the first time, and then Pine Meadow will get added to the daily contest rotation not long after that. New tees come out Monday, April 1st, and I promise you that's not a joke. All 5 courses of 2019, except the remasters, are getting brand new tee boxes, and we're talking brand new. Last year we scratched the surface, Jim Zielinski and his team. We barely scratched the surface with what we could do with new tee boxes, and I think everybody on every skill level will be very happy with what Jim and his team have done this year with the tee boxes. A lot of fun, very different and exciting tee boxes. Some pars are going to change. Some holes are going to become drivable that were not, and vice versa. But Adam has got 5 different videos coming next week with those previews. Next week's Freaky Friday is the 3-4-5 Open. So par 3, par 4, par 5. Very good scoring opportunity there. Lots of fun. So next week, not only will we be in Las Vegas, hopefully behaving, but there'll be a lot of content coming through from the Golden Tee social channels. Hoping to potentially live stream from Las Vegas. You never know what can happen. That will be the one exception to what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not sure how I didn't clip a single tree on my approach shot on Coconut, but like I said in the first game, not my favorite drivable par 5. Sandy Reef, nice par 5 here, not drivable, but this is the one time I fully expect you to take advantage of hitting it into the sand, because your ball is just going to come off a little bit softer, and you could potentially, if you play that fringe well enough, the green slope, you could possibly drain that in for eagle there. Just responding to a few messages from the people that don't like to comment on via live stream. Hole 7 of Rattlesnake is number 11 today. Not the most ideal setup, but also not hard. One thing I will always stress, no matter how many times you see this hole in a Freaky Friday or a daily contest, this green is absolutely flat. The green slope will never ever change. Which means no matter how far you or how hard you hit this this shot, you want to avoid hitting those rocks. You want to make sure you get on the green at any cost and have a flat putt, no left or right slope to worry about, and you'll be good to go. I'm going to try something different just for the heck of it. We're going to do a 10.5 degree driver high. That actually was a much better shot than I ever attempted the first time. I just was trying to get on the green for double eagle. But you can definitely use the 10.5 degree driver, and as long as you pull it out to the C and you hit it a little bit to the right of 2, definitely doable. That actually had a chance of going in. Let's see what everybody is talking about on YouTube. I know we got a few Denver players chit-chatting on the live stream there. So if you're in Denver and looking for some people to play with, definitely post on Golden Tee Fan and check out those guys. All right, hole 13, Grand Canyon 16. We are going to absolutely rock this right now. We are going to hit a high T6 wood at this little angled green. Alright, so that is kind of what you want to do, but I definitely hit it way too soft. So hopefully it'll show me the replay. So this is definitely what you want to do, is you want to hit that part of the rock, if not a little bit harder, a little bit farther. Actually had a nicer layup when I tried to hit a 6 wood or an 8 wood. But with these Freaky Fridays, you know, when you try to get those big scores, sometimes you got to make sacrifices. Sometimes those sacrifices just continue to haunt you, especially on the middle of a live stream, and you double bogey a drivable par 5. But we're going to move on and pretend like that never happened. 10.5 degree driver, Ryland. The drivable par 5, hole 15 on Ryland is hole 14 in this week's Freaky Friday. If you guys were not here before, barely escaped with a double eagle. Nearly hit this little tower right here, but we're going to pull it out all the way to the A. I went out a little bit farther to the left of 2 just to play it safe, because the nice thing is you hit that green and then hit the rock, you're going to have a much nicer bounce and a putt for double eagle than if you hit that rock straight on. If you hit that rock straight on, or even if you hit the rock below the green, definitely not making the green in 1. Pine Coast, unfortunately, not a drivable setup here, but with the 12-mile-an-hour wind, you could definitely get it, that ball far down the fairway. We're going to attack this green, especially because this score is already awful. And the nice thing about those super spin clubs is it kicks back, and as you watch, I mean, it hits the green and just shoots back. So knowing that I got that 12-mile-an-hour wind behind me, I can hit it harder, let it catch the very back of the green, and still have enough room to not get wet, but also have a comfortable putt. All right, Glacier hole 4. We're going to try this again. I'm going to low tee a 10.5 degree driver, but I'm just going to make sure that I hit it harder. All right, perfect. Now see, watch. If it catches the green, which it didn't, that's the battle you fight, is that I'm hitting a low 10.5 degree driver, but that wind is so strong that even though it hit the rough, it just flew right over the green. But there is one positive. Just kidding. I thought it was going to actually set me up. Actually with a nice chip for eagle, but instead it decided to set me up back on the tee box. So instead we're now putting in for double bogey, or actually chipping in for bogey. It's all right. When you put all these par 5s and sometimes drivable par 5s in it, that's where it does get difficult. Sometimes you have to hit those shots that you don't always think are going to make it. And that's why we have the power of playing a few different games in the Freaky Friday, because we want to just play it safe. Now this time, first time I used a high 6-wood and caught the trees using a 10.5 degree driver, but I caught the trees far enough down the line, and the spin actually kept going, that I've got a nice little chip for double eagle if I don't embarrass myself after after what I've been doing lately. I wish this was hole 18 so I could end on a positive note. It's normally hole 18 of Laurel, but one hole left to go. It's Rattlesnake, hole 12. We're going to do the same thing we did before. We used a high tee on the top left corner of the box. We had a 5-wood. I'm going to pull back in between the B and A, and I'm going to hit it out to the left of the 2. You want to avoid the rocks. You want to kind of catch it in that little gap. This time I actually just got straight over, but the wind caught it and ate it. So not going to be able to get back there. And if you crush it like a madman enough, you will eventually get it on the green. But in fitting fashion, we're just going to get nailed by these last couple of par 5s. Fun fact, and a shout out to one of our artists who might actually be watching this video. If you played the original Rattlesnake from Golden T4, this hole used to actually be drivable by using the rock. That rock that I'm about to hit now. You could hit off the rock and catch the green with backspin and stay on the green. But one of our up-and-coming and very talented artists who actually moved down from the QA department saw the rocks, and the rocks had some weird form to it. Didn't realize what Jim's original plan was from the Golden T4 era, and actually fixed the rock so it fit our graphic standards for what Golden T Live is in this day and age. So now the easy trick shot of hitting a driver off that rock on the green no longer works. So shout out to Tim for making my game end horribly because I couldn't get on the green. But nice little fun fact that to show you how dedicated our artists are. Okay, 2 games in, 2 scores. So now here where the fun starts. This is where we're gonna not screw up at all. Hopefully. Yeah, look at that. Thanks, Golden Tee gods. We're putting and chipping in for eagle at every opportunity. Boom. Putting in for double eagle, starting off our 3rd round of Freaky Friday with 1,700 great shot points, 1,500 Golden Tee points, getting some double eagle love. And let's see if we can follow it up here. Hole 2, another drivable par 5, Antelope Pass 14. Probably Adam Kramer's most favorite par 5 that's drivable, I'd have to say, and I can't disagree with him. Gonna hit a 6-wood here. Just gonna pull it out to the sea and kind of throw it out there. So far, I have yet to screw this hole up, which is weird to say because I believe the last time this was featured on Freaky Friday, I was all over the place. Your main goal here, although you will have a difficult slow putt, you want to get on the green and you're putting in for double eagle. Pretty simple. Obviously a lot easier said than done. But 6 after 2, and you're on your way to potentially 40 under or better. So if you were here the first game, saw that Pine Coast, hole 4, number 3 in today's Freaky Friday was drivable. The second game, I mishit the trackball. So now we are fixing that problem, and we're getting on the green in 1, almost draining it. And don't worry, even though you've got this little putt, or this little chip here, boom, in for double eagle. Pine Coast, hole 4, number 3 in today's Freaky Friday is one of those contests where I suggest you hit it as hard as you can because look at how big that green is. I personally would much rather have a 50, 60, 90 yard or foot putt for double eagle than to hit it too soft and get wet. Bayou Bay, hole 8. Unfortunately not drivable, but Pretty good setup. Now, the first 2 times I went after this hole, I used bite. Because I'm hitting it out of the rough onto an upslope green, and the pin is tucked a little bit left towards the water, I'm going to use backspin this time. So hopefully, when I do catch the green, boom, it spins a little bit more. Definitely looking forward to seeing the YouTube shots of people nailing the double eagle on this hole, because it's definitely doable. Definitely doable on hole 8 of Bayou Bay. Check in with our friends from Twitch and YouTube. Still talking about getting a Denver tournament together. Shout out to those guys. Hole 5 in today's Freaky. It is hole 9 of Catadreas Beach. Strong 10-mile-an-hour wind behind you. I'm teeing it all the way back corner with a high tee. I'm just going to crush it. I hit it a lot harder than I did the first 2 times, but I'm okay with that because, again, large greens, much rather be putting in for double eagle than putting or than trying to chip or potentially putting in for eagle if I get wet, which almost happened the first time. And look at that, 6,685 golden tee points after 5 holes just from all those double eagles. So not only are you going to potentially break your personal scoring records, you're going to get some nice golden tee point action as well. Fortunately, Teal Gardens, this par 5 doesn't set up to be drivable. Almost got it up there last time, but we're going to just play it safe and make the smartest approach for double eagle. Now, if you haven't noticed, in this little thing behind me or below me, whatever this is, always have the 6, 7, 8, 9 iron, and I have actually super spin. And now, you know what? I'm just realizing now that I actually have the wrong club set on the screen. So I'm actually going to step away for 2 seconds and fix that, just for anybody else that's jumping on live stream here. So we will be right back. There we go. We are good to go. Want to make sure that you guys have all the right information. So, as I was starting to say, I have the 6, 8, 9 iron with super spin for some of the approach shots, just like that hole from Teal Garden, that drivable par, or the non-drivable par 5. Coconut Beach, unfortunately, not drivable today, but able to set yourself up for a nice 5 hybrid. You can either hit this with no spin. I personally like to hit bite because I'm using grabbers. And I like when the ball hits the green and just kind of trickles down. Get over. See how it caught the green almost 6 or 7 times. But no double eagle here, but you're putting in for eagle, which the way this hole sets up, absolutely positive to walk away with an eagle on this hole. Another hole, Pelican hole 9, doesn't always set up. It's a very rare drivable hole, but the shot that we get on the second attempt, you can get this pretty close for a nice double eagle hole out. Miller, can you crush a medium 6? Well, I missed that because I went to go change my graphics, so I'm not exactly sure. Hey, shout out to those people on the boat. Hopefully you're watching this live Golden Tee stream. If not, get off of my water. Fill me in, actually, if you want to comment and explain which hole you're talking about, because then I can fill in the gap a bit better. Hole 9, Royal Cove 17. I'm determined to get this thing on the green, but instead we're going to just hit trees and get wet. Oh boy. Jim Zielinski, we are going to have to talk, my friend. This is an awful, awful lie. So hopefully this isn't out of bounds, but knowing my luck, it probably is. Yep, out of bounds. Okay, well, pro tip: if you're going to get wet on Coconut 17, or excuse me, on Royal 17, make sure that you do it on the far side, because otherwise you're going to have a really bad time trying to putt in for double eagle, or even birdie. Oh, Miller. Oh, so you're talking about the 6-wood on Cat 9. Honestly, haven't tried it. I just always high tee it because I'm so used to a wind in the face. That might actually not be an awful idea. We can try that during the next game. So look at this. Outside of that awful red 7 that you just watched me hit on hole 9, 18 under. Now, if I would have actually landed on the green and putt in for double eagle, I would have been at minus 23 on the front. So definitely scoreable scoring opportunities in today's contest. There's a few par 5s on here that unfortunately don't set up as drivable, but they actually set up really nice to try and attack them with your approach shot. Oh, look at that. Get in there. Ugh. I don't know why. There's something about this green and the way that it's sloped and the way it's shaped that just, anytime I can hole out on, what is this, Sandy, hole 14, it's such a good feeling. All right, Rattlesnake, hole 7. It's hole 11 in today's Freaky Friday contest. 13-mile-an-hour wind in your face. But don't fret. Just high tee a 10.5-degree driver. Get it anywhere on the green. I said this 100 times so far today, and I'll say it 100 more. Hole 11, which is always hole 7 of Rattlesnake, is always flat. It's never going to have a left or right green slope or an up or down slope. So just use a 10.5-degree driver. Get up there and putt in for double eagle. Fun shot that I just figured out on, what is this? Pine Coast, hole 10. 10.5-degree driver. I'm going to pull it out to the C, and I'm going to hit it a little bit out to the 3. And in between the 2-3, and I'm hopefully going to catch the green. I actually hit that too soft.
Peter, what do we have?
Less than a full club, Jim. A nice touch should do it.
But we're still chipping in for eagle, which is never an awful thing. Cody, there's a lot of reasons that that first place is only 9% of the prize pool. What we found after, I don't know, 5 or 6 years of the daily contest is that players want, our more casual players want to be able to be involved. Get up over there. All right, so we got over that time, just not on the green. And with the way that wind is blowing, it's a little difficult to get that. But nice thing is, we tried a new shot, and now we're still going after eagle. Cody, so there's a lot of reasons, not much that everything can be explained right now, but it's a matter of balancing our heavy playing players, which are a small percentage of overall Golden Tee play, versus our more casual, non-traditional players. So believe me, after 4 or 5 years of doing this, there's a lot of messing around with the numbers to try to find that right balance. And I think we've kind of found the sweet spot there.
Over the rainbow, Dorothy.
A little bit of a longer putt this time on Ryland 15 than we usually have, but I was too nervous to hit that tower and not be putting in for double eagle. Juniper Falls hole 16, one of those rare holes that has what they like to call a somewhat ramp on it. Nasty little green here, but I have that super spin 6-iron that I was talking to you about, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Almost drained it, even though it's up 7, left 6, because I have that, what, a 15-mile-an-hour wind or 12-mile-an-hour wind behind me. I know I can carry that green. It's a long, tall green. I can carry that and kick back and have enough green to play with, which is actually perfect for what I was trying to do there. All right, we're going to try a low 10.5 degree driver again. With this wind, it's so difficult to find a balance between hitting that rough and not just carrying over the green, which is what happened the first time. Or doing that where you hit the green and you still get wet because you're just going 1,000 miles an hour. Fortunately, this hole is just one of those, this and Coconut Beach 11 that just, or excuse me, Royal 17 that have just killed the game so far. But we got a few more games left in us. 10.5 degree driver through there. You want to make sure that you're catching the trees. Oh, that actually would have had a chance of going in. So last game I used a backspin. I used the backspin, went through the trees, caught enough of the sand, and kicked the green over and had a chip for double eagle. But this time we're putting in for double eagle, a sweet 31 after an atrocious hole 4 of Glacier. Looking for Baltimore players. If you're looking for more players, go to Golden Tee Fans Facebook group. There's about almost 4,000 members of every city and state around the country of players that are trying to get together and form leagues and just have some more people to play Golden Tee with. So definitely a good resource there. I'm not sure what magic shot I hit the first live stream game that we played to get there on the green and won, but I just can't seem to come up with it for the second half of these games. Got it that time, but it's not sticking the green, I'll tell you that. So that's the balance you got to find. You know, you're trying to have the opportunity to score very, very low across the board. Those last couple holes really difficult, but we got a few more games in us. Let's check on our Twitch and YouTube friends.
Jim and Peter are ready for golf from Rattlesnake Ridge.
Heath, I'm not sure what you mean by it's boring. It's the same as last time. There's actually a lot of different holes in this contest than we've done previously. And if not, I guess we can blame Adam Kramer. But it's an opportunity for players of all skill levels to get out there and play and shoot their best scores ever. So it's something that not everybody's going to be, you know, it's not going to appeal to everybody, but that's not something we can really do with every single, you know, Freaky Friday or daily contest that we do. So we try to find a balance, and the all par 3 we've definitely done before, and you can actually play in the invitationals with your friends through the Caddy app. But I promise you there's definitely another all par 3 coming sometime in the next few months. I don't remember the exact schedule, but it's coming. So don't you worry yourself.
That's a good shot to the green there.
Pine Coast, hole 4. Definitely drivable today. Just got to make sure that you get your shot out there and you get that full 150 plus power.
It's on, leaving a long one.
always would much rather have a long putt for double eagle versus no putt at all. But that's the balance you got to try and find with, you know, the way you attack these holes is, do you want to try to get the super score, or do you just want to play it safe and, you know, still shoot a 30 or so under? It's just, you know, it's a personal preference on what you want to do. And that's the nice thing about these Freaky Friday setups in the daily contest, having, come on, really? Of having, you know, the same setup for 24 hours is you can definitely do either or.
On the green with a short ride home.
Toad Miller, I would try this. I'm almost positive it's not going to work, but we'll go medium 6 wood here. Yeah, so see, the problem with going medium T on that is that you're barely, and I did not get the full power, but you're barely clearing both sides of, you're barely clearing both sides of the cliff. So that's why you'd much rather have the high T to get that extra distance and get over the rocks a lot clearer than before. Now, Teal Gardens, unfortunately not a drivable setup, but there's many different layup spots on, what is this, hole 15 typically of Teal Gardens. Plenty of different opportunities to lay up and have a short chip, or like you saw there, the 5 hybrid to try to attack the pin there. Coconut Beach, what is this, 11? Not drivable, unfortunately, but can still set yourself up. Still set yourself up for a nice attempt at double eagle. I hit it a little bit too far to the left, but this green is another one of my favorites that when you're trying to attack it for a double eagle on a non-drivable setup, it's definitely doable. Ah.
You'll be happy with this. And no need to cut here, Peter.
All right. Again, words of advice from hole 9, today's contest, Royal Cove 17. Make sure that if you don't make it to the green and you get wet, that you make sure you get past. Oh, we don't have to worry about it this time. We're not putting in for double eagle. Well, actually, we might be. No double eagle there, but we're finally getting an eagle on hole 9 here. So, of course, it's on the contest where I screwed up a few other holes. So, only 18 after 9, but still nothing to be ashamed of there. Sandy Reef. Another one of my favorite holes. I talked about this before of trying to attack the pin for double eagle. Just something about how the... Okay, not sure how that didn't go in, but just another one of those... the way the green is sloped and shaped, it just works pretty well. Definitely a broken record when it comes to this, but hole 11, get on the green, take your whatever 50-foot putt, 54-foot flat putt for double eagle, because if you hit one of those rock walls and get wet, you're getting put at the tee box, but you're not getting put on the tee box, you're getting put near the tee box with rock. So it's going to make a potential double eagle or even an eagle if you miss your first putt even worse. You're going to look at bogey or double bogey. .5 degree driver, just a nice like C 2.5. Actually worked out better the first time I tried it. It was closer, but the main goal here is with these drivable par 5s is to be putting in for double eagle. All right, we're going to try one more time. High T6 wood we want to hit. Yeah, so the problem with trying to get to this green in one is that with the way the wind's blowing, if the wind was blowing to the right, it'd be perfect. With the wind blowing to the left, it's really just going to hit the rock and just push your ball far to the left in for, you know, into the water. So you're much better off. The next game, we'll show you how to quote-unquote try and lay up on this shot to have a nice attempt at a double eagle chip. Definitely a difficult hole with Grand Canyon, that par 5 that's sometimes drivable there. I think ever since I had good luck the first time where I nearly caught the tower there, I've just been getting farther and farther away from it in my approach shots on Ryland here. So same thing on hole 15 here, Juniper number 16. I got that super spin 6-iron, a lot of green to play with. So we're just going to attack that pin. Hopefully it stops for some shot points. Barely missed it, but still putting in for eagle. At this rate, we are just going to wing it, and I'm just going to hit a soft 10.5 degree driver on this one. Somehow it hit left. Not sure how that happened, but it actually stuck the green. So finally figured out the shot to be putting in for double eagle on Glacier 4 and not getting it. So now we're starting to get back in a rhythm here. I mean, we're on hole 17. And 2 holes left to go. And we're going to be looking at potentially 38 under. If I could make a putt, we would be actually doing so much better. Jeez. All right. Rattlesnake, hole 18. Number 12 from Rattlesnake, which is hole 18. We're just punching it out there and hoping for the best. Actually able to catch the green there. So best bet is to actually just go right at it. So look at that. Putting in for double eagle on 18. 2 double eagle missed putts on 16 and 17. So that's another 2 strokes right there. So you're looking at 39 under right there. 2 strokes earlier from hole 5. That's 41. 2 strokes from number 5 where I tried the medium 6 wood for Miller. And you're looking at 43. So 45 might be our go-to if we actually can put together a good round. All right. We've been in here for about an hour. This is the last game for today's Freaky Friday daily contest, breaking the scoreboard. We are going to, let's shoot a 45 under. Let's end on a high note. See what happens. Just for you, Cody, I will hit bite. Also, with this one, I've been hitting it, you know, notice I haven't hit it farther than like 120 on these first couple of holes. Hole 2, which is Antelope Pass. What is this? 14 from Antelope Pass. We're just going to do a high 6-wood. Once again, for Cody, I will hit it with bite to see if it makes a difference. I also hit that one out a little bit more, so it's going to leave us with a chip.
It's a bad lie in the rough, not where he wants to be.
Pine Coast number 4, definitely drivable here. Did not get it all that time, only at about 149, but we're still chipping in for double eagle. Never hurts to get those extra shot points.
That's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, Peter. Let's watch the tee shot of golfer 1.
One of these days, when we put Bayou Bay hole 8, one of these days, it's going to actually set up to be drivable, and it's going to be amazing, and everybody's going to have a great time with it. But until then, we're just kind of attacking this,
Looking good.
hoping that rolls in for double eagle.
Golfer 1 from the tee box.
Sorry, Heath. Just seeing this now. I'll bet him double check that. I thought there was a lot more variety than last time, but maybe I'm wrong. But I appreciate your appreciation of the live stream. All right. So now that we tried this before, note to never use a low tee or a regular medium tee on hole 6, which is Cadadreas hole 9. Just gonna go high tee. I actually really like that. Thought that had a good chance of going in.
On the green, pull out the putter.
Golfer 1.
As I have said this entire afternoon, this last hour of live streaming, I would much rather have a long drive and a long putt, but still be going in for double eagle versus not hitting it hard enough and you're putting in for eagle or even chipping in for eagle and maybe getting a birdie out of it. It's just a fine balance of what works best for you. And if you're just starting to play the daily contest for the Freaky Friday and you're just messing around and experimenting, definitely one thing. It would have been so nice to get a hole out, dang it. But if you've played 4, 5, 6 games and you're trying to hone in on those shots and you're really trying to sink chips and hole out and get aces, you gotta find that balance. Hit this one a little bit softer than the first time, but I think it'll set us up pretty well. Boom, in the cup. Done. I'm just going to quit now because otherwise it won't happen again. Alright, so hit my tee shot softer than I wanted to and expected to. But was able to finally use that fringe to my advantage and drop it in for a double eagle on Coconut Hole 11, which is hole 7 in today's Freaky Friday. Definitely didn't hit a high tee because nothing says Kevin Lindsay's Golden Tee golf game more than holing out just to screw up the very next hole. So shout out to me for doing what I do best. That's absolutely hilarious, and anybody who's ever seen me play Golden Tee in person knows that that is just typical me. Awesome. We're going to be having a fun time with this setup. Do not get wet short because otherwise you're going to be happy if you walk away with a birdie. Not the most favorable drop spot from Jim Zielinski and co.
It's coming back.
So putting in for par is kind of unfortunate on Royal Cove, but can't say it surprises me.
On tee
Also, make sure you guys get your great shots sent over from all this week. You can send them to me personally on social media or tag Golden T. Get the shots of the week video put out here before the end of the night tonight, and then get the new shots set in over the weekend. So you still have a couple of days left. Nothing changed there, Cody, with using bite versus backspin, but the important thing is that you're still putting in for double eagle, even though the score might not look like it because we had a few bad rounds there. But now is where it gets good, because this is what, Grand Canyon 16. So, all right, so we tried 4 or 5 times to get there in one. It's a really impossible shot to hit. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to lay up. As crazy it sounds, we're just going to take a driver right at this rock wall. Because what you want to do is you want to bounce it off of the rock in front of the tee box, and it's going to catch over here. This rock's tall enough, and then it's not the most ideal setup, but you're still a nice 50-yard approach shot for double eagle. Now, with the way I got set up, not the most ideal second shot, but you're still putting in for eagle, which, you know, on this hole especially, I can tell you from many years of experience, absolutely okay with an eagle on that hole. All right, so Ryland, hole 15, number 14 in today's contest. Same thing. Take that 10.5 degree driver all the way out to the A. Oh, thank goodness. All the way out to the A, and try your best to stay away from the corner of that too. Because I almost, the very first shot I had on the live stream was great. Somehow missed the tower, but still walked away with a double eagle putt. Juniper Falls, please stay in the fairway. Of course not. Well, the approach shot's definitely going to change because we did not get the shot out as much as we wanted to. So now we're trying to go in for eagle instead of now we're approaching the green for eagle versus double eagle, but same thing still applies. A little bit closer than before, but still want to use that super spin club. Take advantage of that full length green. And then my good friend, hole 16, which is Glacier, hole 4. 10.5 degree driver, just kind of soft it up there. Yep, of course, going to hit the fringe, and then get wet. Set me up with a terrible approach shot. That's it's the one thing, it's a struggle, is trying to find the distance or the speed to hit the trackball to catch that rough and stick the green. Laurel Park 18, number 17 in today's contest. Actually, with a 10.5 degree driver, pretty simple. Just oh, look at that! Get up there. Ah. So I hit it a little bit softer than I anticipated, and caught the little lip there, which means at this rate, we're probably going to play one more game because I haven't got kicked out of the lounge yet, and we're so close to 40 under. So close to 40 under. We're going to play one more game. One more, and then I'm actually going to get out of here while we prep for Las Vegas next week. So 39 under, a lot of score left on the table there. But look at that, 15,672 great shot points. And there's what, 1, 2, 3, actually 6 strokes on the board left there. That's a 45 and an eagle. So looking at 47 if we actually put everything together and don't screw up. But just like everything else in my life, I'm going to say one more time, 10 more times, and then we are getting out of here, and we're going to all go enjoy the weekend. So hit that one a little bit harder. I've had some bad experience before on Rattlesnake. What is this, hole 3 of Rattlesnake, of actually hitting it over the green. So that's why you've kind of seen me approach this one carefully in every game of the live stream today. But the important thing is you're putting in for double eagle. Just as always, we're going to high tee a 6-wood on hole 2 here, which is what, Antelope? What is this, Antelope 14? I'm not getting it out as far as I did the first couple of games, so I'm thankfully have a double eagle putt, but I'm ending up a little bit farther away from the green. But again, where I end up on the green doesn't matter if we are consistently sinking in putts for double eagle. Pine Coast hole 4, number 3 in today's daily contest, high tee, A1. That actually might go in the hole. That would be amazing. Ah, wrong way. Supposed to kick right, but it kicked left. And look at that. We've got a nice little 17-foot short putt for double eagle and 9 after 3. And as always, this video will be up on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, so when you go out tonight to play with your buddies or your wife, or just to go play a few games by yourself while watching some basketball, you can go through, skip to about the hour 10 mark, or what we're at now, because this is going to be the best game you're going to see, and just hit all the shots that I'm successfully hitting now while you're out at the bar. Oh, that would have been so nice to get that 4th double eagle, the first double eagle that you actually really have to work for in this contest, because Bayou did not set up with a drivable look. But anytime you can walk away with an eagle on that course, on that hole specifically, you're going to be happy with it. Got all of that one. Now, if you notice, I hit the ball hard. I like to crush the deck, and it makes a cool sound, and I feel cool about it. But I used my fingers there, hit it a little bit harder than I expected. Have a long putt for double eagle. As you notice, I didn't even want to look at it because I didn't think it was going in. 90-foot putt for double eagle, so at that 80-foot threshold, you kind of have to worry about the ball kicking up speed. But the Golden Sea Gopher was able to grab my ball and pull it on in for the double eagle. Teal Gardens, what is this? Teal Garden 15, not a drivable look. Tried it earlier, had a very lucky bounce, and almost had a nice chip at it. But this is where the 6-iron with the super spin comes in, because I hit it, well, I hit it a lot harder than I expected, but I used bite, and it kicked back pretty nicely to get me some great shot points. So even though you're not walking away with a double eagle, you're still walking away with eagle and some GSPs, which, if you ever looked at the leaderboard from these contests, definitely nothing to stray away from. All shot points are good shot points in my book. Now, this hole I actually holed out for double eagle last game. We're going to see if we can have the same fate this time. A little bit farther than I was the first time. See, I needed that fringe. I needed the love of my friend on the fringe. But again, especially with how difficult some of the later holes set up in this contest, an eagle is absolutely fine. But you notice how I did not hole out on hole 7, and I didn't water hole 8. So it's a fine balance I like to walk. Check in with our friends on Twitch and YouTube. Just hanging out, watching the feed is there. All right, hole 5, or excuse me, hole 9, which is hole 17 of Royal Cove. We got a good game going, so we're just going to punch this and hope for the best. That actually might be our best shot ever in this live stream. Look at that. Holy moly cannoli, we're actually putting in for double eagle on hole 9, which is 17 of coconut. Not sure what magic made this happen. So I caught, and the nice thing about that is I did not catch any rock. Because if I would have caught the rock, I definitely would have been smelling what he was cooking and got kicked off into the water. But walking away with a double eagle, I don't care how badly I screw up the back 9. I've hit a double eagle on hole 9, hole 17 of coconut. I'm not playing any more games after this. You're lucky I don't quit right now because I don't know if it can get much better than this. So Sandy, hole 14, not a drivable look, but as I mentioned before, and probably at least 4 or 5 times, one of my favorite par 5s to approach the green, just because it's such a fun shaped green and it's slightly elevated, so you get enough spin with the grabber golf balls that I use. Hole 11, rattlesnake. Hole 7, high teed 10.5 degree driver. That scared me for a second. I hit it a lot softer than I did before. Your 17th version of this PSA, hole 7 of rattlesnake is always a flat green. Never will you have an upslope or a downslope or a left and right slope. So hit it as hard as you can to make sure you get it on the green in one. Because I promise you, your putt will be so much better. All right. This is Pine Coast 10, hole 12. We're going to hope that this actually stays on the green. This is definitely a hole that if I was feeling crazier, I would definitely try a more aggressive shot. But we've got a good game going on. We're just trying to get double eagle after double eagle. And look at that. What is this? Hole 12? And we're 31 under. And we've got 6 holes left to go. So if we can make some magic happen, we might be making some magic happen here. Hole 13, which is Grand Canyon hole 16. Fun little layup spot here. Just take a driver to the corner of this rock. Bounce it off of that rock. I feel like I'm playing pinball. And then you're hopefully, please stay on the green. Whew. Chipping in for eagle. Or you miss that chip. That's okay. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Chris Longino. I feel like the joke definitely went over my head, but that's okay. Ryland hole 15, drivable par 5, number 14 in today's contest. Had the same shot I had actually the first time I played this contest. Thankfully, didn't hit the tower. But missed the double eagle putt. So walking away with 34 after 14 is nothing to be ashamed of. But if I put this shot in the rough again, I'm going to be very ashamed.
Golf's a lot easier when you can drive it like that.
12-mile-an-hour wind, 6 iron, up 7, left 5. I've got super spin clubs. It's our last game. We're feeling dangerous. We are going to just be aggressive. All right, we got 3 holes left to go, 3 double eagle opportunities. If we play our cards right, we're going to be 45 under, which actually makes me want to cry because we could have been 47. Of course, didn't work out that way, so we're going to be putting in for birdie.
How about that, Jim?
Again, 37 under after 16. As heartbreaking as it is to not get a double eagle on that hole because it's been fighting me all day long. Oh, okay. Well, now that they know it's my last game, I'm just going to get beat up on every front because I just clipped 2 trees there, which means I'm no longer getting a double eagle. They just don't want me to shoot a 40 under on the live stream. All right, final hole, last live stream today. Oh, come on, really? No problem in the last 2 games, but of course on my swan song, I have to have an issue where I just can't seem to hit the shot that I just hit without a problem in the last few games. So, unfortunately, this game is just going to end that way because I've got nothing here. That time I crushed it, but not the shot I wanted to hit. But at this rate, it doesn't matter because the 30 or the 40 that I potentially had isn't happening. That's okay though. So take these 6 games from the live stream, dissect them. I mean, watch me hit a 23 on the front 9 and then not do so hot in the back. When you go out and play, it's almost 4 o'clock Central, so you've got a little under 8 hours left, if my math's correct. Probably not. I'm not good at math. Yeah, about 8 hours left to play. So watch this live stream while you're at work. You're not doing anything anyways if you're already watching. But all kidding aside, watch this live stream. See the shots that I hit well. Absolutely watch the shots that I hit horribly and don't make those same mistakes. We will be out in Las Vegas all next week for trade shows. We got a lot of media and content coming to you all throughout next week. Hopefully, we will maybe get a chance to live stream out there from the Amusement Expo. Not a guarantee. We'll try our best, though. Pine Meadow events mode World Championship qualifying goes through this Sunday. Beals Creek kicks off Monday morning at 12 o'clock. Excuse me, for our next set of World Championship qualifying. And then a lot of fun stuff in the hopper. So, until next time, have a very safe Friday. Go out there, have fun, play some Golden Tee. I'm Kevin Lindsay. We'll catch you guys next week.